Hi guys, so as we wave goodbye to Boris Johnson, or perhaps give him the finger, before he's even out the door there's talk of his return. Now this has been hinted at for some time, that the current Prime Minister will be happy to see Liz Truss, and let's just be straight here, it's Truss who's going to take over. But Johnson may be sitting back watching the Margaret Thatcher cosplayer crash and burn, resulting in a Tory defeat, allowing the scruffy-haired saviour to return. Lord Marland, a Tory peer, seems to think so. Have a listen.
Boris Johnson might once again aim for number 10.
I think there's a distinct possibility. The scenario could be that we lose the next election. We'll be looking for a leader who can win elections, and of course Boris has that. As he said to me the other day, he wants to go and put hay in the loft. In other words, build up his bank balance so that he can afford to pay for the lifestyle that he has created. And I think once he's done that, and if he is still a member of Parliament and hasn't been found to have behaved incorrectly by the Standards Committee, which is a possibility.
Can I just say to Jonathan,
he does have that opportunity.
Would you put money on that, Salma?
I'd put money on the fact that he'd probably try again. I'm not sure I'd put money on the fact of whether he'd win.
Now, two things I want to say about this. First of all, I really hope that the Labour Party are going to campaign in Boris Johnson's constituency, and that Boris Johnson loses his seat at the next election, because this would put to bed any attempt to become Prime Minister once again. And notice the language here. Boris Johnson is putting hay in the attic because he wants to become Prime Minister once again. Nothing about he wants to help people, he wants to turn the country around, he wants to fix the mistakes that he made. No, it's all about him. Boris Johnson ran for Mayor of London because it was about Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson wanted to become Prime Minister because it was about Boris Johnson. It was not about fixing problems or investing in the NHS or turning the country around or anything like that. It was all about him. It has always been about him. And I'm pretty sure he would like to become Prime Minister once again because he feels that it was taken away from him. The toy was taken away from the child, and the child wants the toy back. He may have to wait a bit. He may have to see the person who took the toy away, in a sense, from him get bored with it, or the toy to, I don't know, do some sort of damage to that individual. But Johnson wants his toy back. It's always been about him and his toys. Never about fixing problems or improving the lives of ordinary people. They mean nothing to him. And sadly, they don't seem to understand that. And I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to probably return to this video sometime in the future, just for reference, but I'm pretty sure that Boris Johnson will try to come back. I don't know what the scenario will be, but if Liz Truss becomes Prime Minister and is an absolute failure, then I think it's likely that Johnson will try to come back, and he will have his supporters, and there will be a sort of nostalgia for the Johnson era. And Johnson was saying this on the way out. He was saying how all the great things that he had achieved. What did he achieve? Nothing. But that will be what people will remember, his supporters, I mean. They will remember all the great things that he achieved. And unfortunately, I think it may work in his favour. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.